What's poppin', y'all? Welcome back to I Do It Myself. I'm Wayno. How y'all feeling? It is Friday, grind day. You know what I'm saying? If you've been working, if you've been stacking, if you've been hitting the pavement heavy, you know what I'm saying, since the start of December a couple of days ago, put some of that bread to the side. I know y'all got Christmas coming up. Your kids is begging for shit and all of that. Even me. Cop some merch today. Today's the day, you know what I mean? But thank you to everybody who has bought merch. You should have received your package. If not, it's on the way. But you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I want to continuously thank y'all for supporting me during this grind. And I want to thank each and every one of y'all that's been posting me in y'all YouTube rap. I've been seeing my name in the top fives with the likes of A&E and Brilliant Idiots, Academics, like the list goes on. People have been watching this channel consistently, and I just want to tell you, the love has been heavily appreciated. We're going to keep working, and we got a lot coming up in 2026. Now, I want to talk about specifically Max B, but before I get to that, you know what you got to do. Hit them subs, hit them likes, run up that hype, right? Max B. Why do people want Max B in problems? You feel me? I feel like ever since Max B has come home over a little bit over a month now, it's not been all controversy. Let me not say that. It's been a lot of good shit. Did the turkey giveaway back in Harlem. Of course, everybody do a turkey giveaway, but shouts out to Max for doing that. Of course, was at the Jets game. You know what I'm saying? Got a chance to link with his kids, got a chance to been just moving around and having fun. Spending a lot of money on jewelry, having a bunch of extravagant dinners. Great. You feel me? Also, I could never understand why people were so tight about him just having fun with his friends, or why he hugged up on all his friends. He gay. Now listen, my problem is this. Why people want to support gay, but then they want to use it as a weapon? You feel me? Like that always happens. When these men is expressing themselves and showing love to one another, that's gay. But like, you know what I'm saying? When we calling each other ops and doing all types of bullshit on the internet, that's, you know, sensationalized and appreciated, and people do tons and tons of things regarding that. But when they showing love, that story ain't as sexy. You feel me? But anyway, like I said, Max has been doing a lot of good, been in the studio, you know what I mean, with French. But controversy has been following him. And it's not necessarily been him. Of course, before Max, before Max went to prison, you know what I mean, he did make a name for himself by being extremely disrespectful and doing that on a high level, specifically in his situation with Jim Jones, right? And I feel like, you know, so many people want to make that into something, right? Like they want to make that into something. They want to make it a thing. But did y'all know that Max even dropped the song No More Tricks? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the crazy thing. We've heard all of this conversation about what Max B, you know what I mean, what he could potentially be doing or the problems he could potentially be having. But it hasn't been enough conversation about him actually dropping music or dropping songs. Even the song that he has, I mean, on Spotify, that's the only place I could see the views on. It has 69,000 streams, which, I mean, I don't care for the streams or not. I think the song is decent. It isn't what we used to hearing as far as like the Max B melody, a little bit rough on the edges and shit. But I feel like Max going to bounce right back into where he's supposed to be. This is just the first joint, so I'm not going to scrutinize nor criticize him to the highest extent off of the first joint he drops from his mixtape that's coming out soon. It says it's dropping in 6 days, so that's next week, right? Now, like I said, people have been wanting to reignite this beef for the situation with Max and Jim Jones. Max just recently, you know, he had the situation with Funk Flex, and I ain't gonna lie, I deadass forgot about the situation with Jim and Flex when Jim said that, you know, the shit with him and Flex over Summer Jam and everything, right? Now, with Flex, him possibly being petty, and that petty shit could get people hurt, which you would think that at a certain age that people would be a little bit more situationally aware. They ain't, you feel me? But nothing bad has come out of that. Now, I want to defer to this clip where, you know, Cam is talking about the interview he did with him and Mace, you know what I'm saying, with Max, and how people are kind of criticizing him due to him not asking certain shit.
I did the interview with Max. I'm not going to bring up no old problems he had. I'm not saying anything to get him in any new problems. I'm not doing anything to get him back sent to the penitentiary or jail or whatever the case may be, because some people like, Cam, you ain't asked this, and Cam, you ain't asked that. The man was home 3-4 days and did an interview with me to where he didn't have to. You know, even though that's my brother, I know we grew up together and all that shit, but you know, that nigga trying to get to the chicken. So some people like, why you ain't say this? Why, nigga, why would I say some shit? The nigga just got out of jail doing 17 years to get him in some future beef, bring up old beef, internet beef, something like that, period. Or to get him to say some shit to where he gets sent back to jail. He's on 5 years parole, if I'm not mistaken. You know, I know y'all two may had a little history in the past where it wasn't that good, but Max told me to tell you all that shit is old. He fuck with you, as much love. He was before he came home, he was in jail watching Talk with Flea, and he loved the shows. He just wanted to let you know it's all good on his behalf. So he not on no old bullshit or nothing.
That's what's up. And shout out the whole Raw Way, New Jersey. I did hear that. They Talk with Flea fans in there. They watch it like religiously in there. Word.
Yeah, I remember when Jadakiss said controversy sells, but not like death. That shit is real. That's real. I feel like if Max being home and just simply talking about being happy, saying that he wants to stay out of trouble, saying that he wants to avoid all the BS, that he did not purposely ask for certain songs to be played, that's not the attractive thing. The attractive thing is crashing out. See, we in a time in society where niggas feel like the only validation that's real is seeing somebody stand on business. All these dumbass terms that they done made over the internet by people that use them every day, that's gonna call people stupid for crashing out. Let's put that shit in a frame. The same people that's rooting for the bullshit, saying, nah, I don't respect it because if niggas was real niggas, if Cam was a real nigga, he would have asked him about, you know what I mean, with the shit with Jim, how could he have avoided it, what he could have done about it. If he would have asked him all of that and Max started crashing out and then he gets into a situation where, again, something reignites, because keep in mind, most times in situations between entourages and rappers, is usually the entourages that end up in the situation. But the name whomever that they belong to is always used. Max B and his people. You see how they try to throw the Ja Rule shit on him. You know what I mean? Max B and his people. There's some other shit about, I think it was Rochester, New York. Shots let off. Yo, they said it was a fight that happened. They got the people out of there and Max still performed. But you see how them clicks, right? Them names, a certain shit going on is what keeps the shit going. And then once something bad happens, y'all gonna call everybody dumb. Y'all want to see the car crash. I said this before, I say it again, man. How many times at the end of traffic it was nothing? But what's holding everybody up is niggas driving by slow and looking and saying, yo, that's crazy. Yo, that's crazy. You see what niggas is doing? That's crazy. Imagine that. Yo, that's wild. Like, nigga, move, nigga. Straight up, man. I'm just tired of being in a time where everybody wants to see something bad happen, right? Like, even with Jim. I think that, like, even the thing online to do is to basically scrutinize Jim. You know, Jim, Wayno, Fab, and Dave East, they got the podcast, Let's Rap About It. They talking for how they like to talk, cool. But every day, you know what I mean, they getting antagonized until, oh man, these old ass niggas. It's like, yo, even down to the part of like how people dress. Why is that? Like, I'm gonna keep it 100, bro. We about to see the most newest versions of adults we've ever seen in life. Keep in mind that grandmothers do not look the way they used to. Bernice Burgos is a grandmother, my nigga. Bernice Burgos, she's a grandmother. You feel me? Like, shit is different. I'm 42. I'm about to be 43 in a couple of weeks, inshallah. I'm not dressing like Uncle Phil. I'm never putting on the sweater vest, the cut-off sweater vest with the button-up shirt under and wearing slacks and shoes, bro. Like, that's a myth. So it's like, you see this shit with academics and him talking about them and senior citizen. It's like, how you want niggas to dress, bro? Like, how you want people to dress? Now, don't get me wrong. I feel like there is some sort of level of how you present yourself, but damn, niggas can't get fly. So if a nigga wear Timbs, they like, yo, look at this 10-year citizen, this old YN. Man, stop it, bro. Like, let people dress how they want to dress. You know what I mean? Like, especially like older men. One thing about like getting older is that our level of confidence comes from how we present ourselves. I'm never gonna not wear Jordans or New Balance, You feel me? I'm not switching to the dad shoe. I'm not doing none of that dumb shit. I'm gonna keep wearing retros. I'm gonna keep wearing Bo Jacksons, Griffeys. Y'all seen Nike been dropping so much heat this year. We ain't got nothing to complain about. And shit is on sale, retail, and under. We eating. That's a whole nother story for out the box. Ding. Right? But back to this whole situation with Max B. I feel like, people are yearning to see something negative happen because that's the most salacious thing. I haven't seen so much conversation around the music. And I'm gonna keep it 100, man. Even when the conversation comes up about the music, y'all like, did he this? Not y'all specifically. Y'all know a lot of y'all that watch this channel who really, really watch this channel, the ones that's not, fly by watchers, you know what I'm saying? Y'all really know that we love music and we have real dialogue about music, but the people that just pop in for the negative shit, they always like, oh, is this happening? Or did he say something about this? Or did he say something? Like, man, cut all that bullshit out, man. Me personally, y'all seen the first episode I did with Max B out, my do's and don'ts, jokingly, I was saying like, stay away from the Zah, do this, do that, you know what I mean? Don't do 100 podcasts and all that shit. But honestly, man, I want to see the brother thrive. You know what I'm saying? I definitely want to see the brother thrive and do his thing. My predictions for Max B, and I said it before, I say it again, drop a project every quarter. You could literally flood the market like how you was doing before with the mixtapes and make money doing it. You feel me? I think that he needs to just feed his base. You know what I'm saying? I think that he needs to just keep doing the same thing that he was doing that got people into the lore of Max B, which was the music. Yes, the DVD content was a thing, but we was more so into his music and melody. You feel me? How y'all feel though? What y'all think about Max B being home, people wanting to see him being into situations with other people? I think that right now, the best thing that everybody could do is just stay in their own lanes and stay out of each other's ways. We don't want to see people crashing out and all of that, but you know what I mean? When crashes happen and people get injured, who you could call? If you want to be the best rapper, you got to have the best bars. Just like Morgan & Morgan is America's largest injury law firm. Morgan & Morgan is America's largest injury law firm. They gotten over $25 billion with more than 500,000 clients. And the results speak for themselves. A client in Pennsylvania got $29 million after being offered only $500,000. Another client in Florida got $20 million after being offered zero. Morgan & Morgan been fighting for the people for over 35 years. It's like hiring a legal army that's always going to ride for you. If you get injured by somebody else's negligence, then you deserve to be paid. Not all law firms is created equal. Hiring the wrong one could cost you. If you get injured, you could check out Morgan & Morgan. Their fee is free unless they win. And that's just that, man. It's Friday. We're going to keep this moving. I'm going to see y'all on the next episode. For the ones that rock with me, know how we do. And for the ones that don't, eventually you will. I am Wayno. Catch y'all later. Peace.